folks, Lester here, and I have I am very blessed this morning. I want to give you a little bit of a rundown. I've had trouble with my tractor. You guys have known for a while that this tractor was very iffy. I didn't know what to do. The lines are backed up at the dealerships for tractor repairs, and Mr. Ed's overcutting hay. I says, Jamie, I don't know what I'm going to do. We don't have a tractor over here to move any of this hay around. She goes online and she finds this guy. This is Cody. This is Cody over here, and this is his uncle, Uncle Bear. Uncle Bear? And you'll see why in a moment. Jamie goes online and finds these guys. They're mobile mechanics. He rolls out here, and I would say within 10 or 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, they had this thing up and going. Guys, it was a series of things. But listen, what I want to do is ask you a favor. Help this business grow. These guys are treating us good. They didn't know me from the next guy. But I told them my situation. They drove out all the way to Plum Grove, got everything running. This tractor is ready to roll. Didn't charge me an arm and a leg. And I said, you know what? Let me pay this blessing forward. And if you guys could help me, I'm going to flip my camera around and show you something. This over here is the on his truck, C&W Heavy Equipment Mechanic, since 2016. That's the phone number, and that right there is the .com. If you guys could go to Google and give him a review. Shows here he's also on Facebook. That's TikTok. That's YouTube. That's Instagram, right? Yes, sir. And Instagram. Go by and show them some love, because they have certainly done us a huge favor. What do you want to say about your business? This is your chance to plug it.
Just really been trying to make it.
Just trying to make it. You're a man trying to make it. What got you into doing tractor repair, on-site tractor repair?
People's tractors being broke down.
And can't get them all the way to a dealership, having to wait for months at a time.
Exactly. Dealerships take too long, and
Yep.
then customers go and spend too much money for something that they had. They're getting charged daily to sit there when we can go out and knock it out.
And that is very true. This would have sat there for a month or a month and a half, and you guys fix it in less than an hour. Hey, brother, let me shake your hand. Thank you so very much, Cody. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And I promise you, our people are going to do you really well. All right?
Yes, sir, I definitely appreciate y'all.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So in case you guys are wondering what was wrong with the tractor, not a whole lot of anything that we did wrong, but my friends, can we just say that how much I love goats. Oh, I love goats. I love me some goats. But goats got up in here and chewed that wire in half. And this over here is some kind of a sensor that has to be connected for your tractor to start. And there was an absolute break in the wire right there. So I am not mad. Do not get on here and start being mean. You know what? We are very blessed to have gotten this thing fixed. I thought it was a battery issue. It was not. It was a simple matter of one of those sensors having the goats chewed the wire in half. And I'll tell you a funny story about that, one that you guys may remember. But years ago, the very first tractor that Jamie and I bought after the flood, you all remember my tractor was flooded in Hurricane Harvey, and I had no tractor. So once we started making videos, we saved our money for a while. And one of the first thing that we bought was a new tractor. It was a small tractor. It was called Branson. I hope you remember that tractor. But that Branson tractor had a lot of this little rubbery stuff around the bottom of it, where it would kind of keep the water from going inside your motor and stuff. You all know about this from your vehicles. But funny story. This is a funny story. I had taken my tractor in for servicing. And when I dropped it off, the guy does a little walkabout on it. And he says, hey, he goes, do you have y'all have rats in your barn? I'm like, no, we don't have any rats. I mean, we have barn cats. There's no rats. And he goes, how about squirrel? I'm like, man, I have not seen a squirrel around the property in forever. You know, we don't really have the kind of trees that squirrels live in. And he goes, I want to show you something. So I walk back out, and sure enough, we're walking around, and he shows me all this rubber's been chewed up and just chewed into. And he goes, if it's not rats, and if it's not squirrels, I don't know what would be doing that. I says, buddy, I think I do. Goats. And so don't be upset with Ellie and his baby goats. We love these little goats like everything, y'all. You know we love them. But goats can be a little bit destructive. And I am not upset with the goats at all. We've all experienced goats. And so it is what it is. I don't even see his little goats right now. Sometimes goats, hey, you all know that goats have gone into our feed rooms and destroyed them. Goats can get into a lot of stuff, okay? So trust me, we love us some goats, but they can sure be destructive. That noise you hear is the water well. Looks like Megan's cleaning up a few things. There's Megan right there. Hey, Megan, you want to be on an interview? I'm going to ask you about the destructive power of goats. Do you have any stories about anything that your goats have done that has made your life really hard? Like really hard. Besides this destruction over here.
Okay, I wouldn't even call this destruction, but it's how sensitive their tummies are.
Yeah.
So we woke up, what's today? Friday?
Today's Friday.
We woke up Tuesday, and 8 of our goats had liquid scours.
Oh, no.
So what do you immediately think?
Worms.
Parasites.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out.
And we just had Okie. Oh,
I'm
no.
freaking out. So
Hi,
I come out
babies.
here with a plastic spoon,
Oh.
niggle. I mean,
And you're scooping up goat
It
poop.
is like a murder scene in here.
Oh,
It is
God,
like a
it was
murder-
bad?
It was horrible.
What happened?
We took it to Big Thicket. They didn't call us back for a couple hours, so I'm panicking. But
I
was like,
bet you were.
What do I treat them with? You know? They say, did you do anything different with their diet? Well, yeah, we've been giving them more alfalfa since we're going towards the winter
Okay.
months. Oh, yeah, the fibers in their tummies will upset them. Is it bad poop? I was like, yeah, it's everywhere. They're like, what color? Green. Yeah.
So
Oh,
cut back on the alfalfa then?
yep. And they just everywhere where they sleep.
Were y'all mad at me because I told y'all to feed more
No,
alfalfa?
not at all. No, because I would have fed. We were gonna start. We have these beautiful new hay feeders. And so, but it's not. It's not so much they don't destroy stuff, but it's the tummy.
I'm
issues
sorry.
that-
Yeah, that was probably my doings. I told y'all to
No.
feed more alfalfa. I even brought more alfalfa hay here.
No,
Gosh.
I was so happy that you did because I love feeding them alfalfa. It's so good for their diet. But
I know.
that's the destructive nature of them. They're gluttons and they
Yep.
won't stop.
They will not stop.
And
They
then
will
poop
not. I
and
know.
pee where they sleep. That is it.
So you don't have really any horror stories. You just had a horrifying moment. You were just scared to death that
Yeah, I
day.
think that's my horror stories with them is their
Oh,
tummies.
Lord. They're wonderful.
That's really it. They don't, I feel like your goats are more destructive than ours.
I don't think so.
Trudy, maybe.
Trudy. Yeah, Trudy's a pain.
Because
Trudy.
everyone was telling me, man, those hay feeders are going to get knocked down. And I was like,
Have you just got knocked down yet?
no,
So it's just Trudy then.
just Trudy.
Yeah, Trudy's horrible.
What's your problem?
All right, well, my tractor's all figured out. It was probably a little goat issue, but we're not mad. We love them.
Oh, you think they did it?
They chewed the wires.
Oh, yeah, they definitely, they do that. That's, okay, you know what? That's what it is. That one can fit out of the gate.
Yep, I know. He's still a little skinny, but he gets right out.
Drives me nuts.
While I'm here, let me show you all the hay crop over here. So the whole point of making sure we had the tractor ready was because we have hay on the ground, friends. Check this out. The rolls of hay will happen tomorrow. Mr. Ed came out this morning and he was able to do all of the cutting. Now, I did not see Mr. Ed. He was gone before I got here. But Mr. Ed came out and cut all the pasture. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And already, and guys, in just a few hours that Mr. Ed's had the hay on the ground, it's already turned brown. So Mr. Ed will come back in a little bit and he'll fluff it all up. He'll take his fluffer and he'll fluff it. And we'll allow both sides, the top side, and then when he fluffs it, the bottom side will be up. Let it all turn nice and brown. And then by tomorrow, Mr. Ed will come out and he'll start rolling it. And so by tomorrow afternoon, which will be Saturday my time, we will have us a nice big pasture full of hay. Now, I've already talked to all of the Morrow family here on the hill. I think Kim wants several rolls. Uncle Dan needs several rolls. Jake will get him several. My dad's a little bit weird with the hay, guys. And I don't mean my dad's weird, but my dad has this loyalty and this allegiance to his hay man. And so even though I'm going to have hay for my dad's not going to take any. He's going to rather go ahead to his man, his hay guy, and buy from him. I think the guy's name is Johnny. And so my dad will still buy from Johnny, even though I did give Dad 10 rolls last time to kind of help get him started. But everybody who wants hay will come grab whatever they need tomorrow once Mr. Ed is all done. And then I will give the rest to Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed has been good to us. He also has cows to feed every winter, and I don't know what his hay needs are, But whatever we do not use over here, we're not going to have a bunch of excess hay going to waste. We'll use what we need. And all of the creators who have animals can come by and grab them a couple of rolls, Uncle Dan, and we will let Mr. Ed take off with the rest. So very blessed for that. Guys, it's been a pretty full video. I really want to make sure you guys go give some props to that company. Go to their Google and give them a nice Google review. And like I always say, I know that he did not do the work for you, but you know what? He did the work for us. And so word of mouth is the most wonderful way to advertise, and Google makes that possible. You go to your Google, you go to Google reviews, and you just tell them what a fantastic job they did for Lester and the crew over at I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, and that will help his business continue to grow. Wonderful man. Ladies, I'm just going to tell you that Mr. Cody is married. However, Mr. Bear, his uncle, is not. And Mr. Bear says you can flirt all you want to with him, all right? Just saying. All right, ladies, we love you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you so much. We're blessed to have you. And everything here is looking wonderful. And I'll tell you what, I have a weight lifted off my shoulder. Reason I'm saying that is because if I would have had to grab that tractor, I would have had to take in Uncle Dan's tractor and pulled my tractor out of the barn. I would have had to unhook the bush hog and then try to find a way to push my tractor onto the trailer, strap it all down, drive it all the way over to J5 or to Livingston, which would be a long drive pulling a tractor. They would have had to unroll it off the trailer, and then, you want to hear this? It would have sat there for at least a month or two before they ever got a chance to look at it. And that right there, my friends, would have been a huge burden on us, especially with hay being on the ground. But as it is right now, these fellows come out. They got our tractor running within an hour. They did not charge us an arm and a leg. Now I can go ahead and get my tractor out, go ahead and do the little mowing that I like to do here on my weekends. And hey, we really have not even had to skip a beat. So thank you all for watching, and we love you so much. We're blessed to have you. And please help us help them by saying thank you on a Google review.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.